Elizabeth in Ringwood. Hi, Elizabeth. What would you like to say?
Oh, hi, Virginia. Yeah, I'm really concerned about this misinformation, disinformation legislation, draft legislation. Just the restriction on free speech and sharing a diversity of ideas, online in the public square. And really the kind of authoritarian moves of the government to try and define truth, which I think is exactly right, as people are saying, very Orwellian.
And so what do you want to be able to talk about and share on social media that you fear this legislation might curtail?
Well, I mean, we've already seen that the E-Safety Commissioner is redefining the truth in the interests of men who claim a woman identity, and as a result, they're vilifying and targeting women who resist. So, women are already being defined as haters for saying perfectly obvious things like men don't give birth, mothers don't breastfeed. And we need to be able to have a conversation that balances these perspectives. And online is where we are having that conversation.
Yeah, it's curious. As a woman, and I hear from people like you, Elizabeth, and you're most welcome to call in and have that view, and for all of us to hear it this morning. But as a woman, and as a woman who was born with a uterus, I've got to say that what you're talking about from the E-Safety Commissioner and also the points of view as trans groups, it doesn't bother me, and it doesn't in any way take away or detract from my experience as a woman, from growing up as a woman, from being a woman who's given birth and a woman who's breastfed. It just doesn't bother me one bit that terminology might change and might be a bit more inclusive. So it's strange, isn't it, how it can upset people like you?
Doesn't it concern you that men are attempting to sabotage the relationships of their partners and their babies and trying to push them out of the way?
No,
it
doesn't, because I don't see that's what they're doing.
Virginia.
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
So you're in favour of men using babies to affirm their gender identities as breastfeeding mothers?
Oh my goodness, Elizabeth, that's not what's going on there. But if they're a trans woman, they're a trans woman. They're a trans woman, just not a cisgendered woman. Sorry, I have no idea.
Trans women are trying to affirm their gender identities by attempting to induce lactation. It's happening.
All right, I'm going to let you go there. And in the interest of hearing all views, and yes, I know many of you will be cross at me that conversation went as long as it did, but I think it's perfectly fine for an open line like this to actually have those views heard within boundaries. And Elizabeth believes that that's what's going to be curtailed as part of free speech curtailment, that might be imposed on the social media giants. Let's see if that's how that plays out. But we can get to all sorts of issues related to that when the Spin Doctors join you after the news at 10 o'clock.